Hey, Doggy Detectives! Hi guys, it's Sarah, aka Frank's mum. I'm just jumping on to do a very quick video for you guys to help you make the right choices when it comes to natural chews based upon your dog's breed and also their personality. So, I'm committed to helping fur mum and dad save time and money, but also helping their dogs live happiest, healthiest lives possible. So the reason I wanted to jump on today is I know how many different types of chews there are out there. And I know how sometimes it can become a little bit overwhelming in making a decision about what chew you want to get for your dog. And you want to get the right size, you want to make sure it's going to be strong enough for them, you want to make sure that you're putting, you're spending your money for something that they're going to like. So today I had actually planned on doing a live demonstration with all of the chews. Any of you that knows my little Lulu, she's a bit of a diva, she's Frank's little sister, she decided it would be very funny to steal one of my props and run off with them. So we're going to do something in a slightly different format. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments below if you are watching this video for the very first time, if you're watching our videos for the very first time using #newbie so that I can say hi to you guys. So we're going to jump straight in. Why are natural chews important for our dogs? Well, chewing is a great stimulation for our dogs. It starts off when they're puppies and they're teething, but it's also really good for their oral hygiene, making sure that everything kind of, the mouth movements, the jaw movements are being kept very nice and healthy. But if you get the right chew as well, it can also be really good from a dental perspective, which is why so many dog owners give their dogs Dentasticks. So I started working with a brand called Green and Wales a couple of years ago, looking at their natural chew selection. Now, I had a little puppy. Can you believe it would be Lulu? Lulu was definitely one of those dogs that if anything was in her reach, it was hers for the taking. And that also meant chewing furniture. Let me know if you've been that dog owner that's come home to chewed chair legs or coffee tables. That was Lulu's party trick, my coffee table. So we started looking at the different types of chews that there are out there. And I'm going to start by showing you guys some stuff about antlers. So here's our trusted antler. Lots of you would have seen these before. I'm sure some of you may have had them. Now, antlers are the most common natural chews out there that I see dog owners purchasing. There is a lot of controversy around the antlers. A lot of vets who practice and specialise in dentist work have got quite a few concerns when it comes to the antler. Now, I am definitely a big believer that it's all about the dog. It's all about doing things sensibly. And also knowing what your dog's kind of, what their limitations are. So, for example, I would never personally recommend giving an antler to a puppy. I think that they are too hard and that their teeth are still forming. Now, however, you have some really big breeds that have got powerful jaws and for whom other chews just wouldn't satisfy them. So for antlers, whilst we do stock them, it is something that I do recommend for fully matured and adult dogs, particularly the super chewers. And I definitely would say that make sure that you're just keeping an eye on your dog's teeth regularly. I never recommend leaving your dog ever unsupervised with a toy or a chew. And just make sure that regularly when you're going to your vet for that regular MOT, that you ask them just to check out their teeth, make sure that there's no damage happening there. And you should, if you're sensible with it, it's not one of my favourites, but I do recognise that a lot of people do love the antlers. So that's that one here. So, how many of you have heard, either through Frank and Jellies or on social media, how many of you heard of this one, the chew root? So the chew root, again from Green and Wilds, is a natural product. It literally is what it says it is. It comes from the root of a tree and it's unpreserved. What I like most about the chew roots, and you'll be able to see that here with the size and its shape, is it's really good for the dogs that have got really powerful jaws. Now, that doesn't need to necessarily be a really big breed of dog or a bull breed type, but it is very good for the dogs that have got powerful jaws. And I also really like it for puppies because it is softer than the antler on teeth. So Lulu had a small chew root. She's a bulldog. She had a small chew root from when she was 12 weeks old. And when she was starting to teeth, I would give her that product and I would let her chew on it. I also, at times, if I felt like she needed a bit of a distraction, but I couldn't get her to have the chew root, the grooves on the chew root are really good. You can kind of put like a little bit of dog-friendly peanut butter or some squeezy cheese and just encourage them to chew. Now, our chew roots, which is the particular prop that she went running off with, actually we have had for years and years. These are great products, guys, in terms of not only being beneficial, but being extremely long-lasting. Now, you will have some dogs who are just complete super chewers. who are just going to chew through that in weeks. But most dogs will not chew through a chew root in anything, I would say, anything less than about 3 or 4 months. So from a cost perspective, it's fantastic. If you've got a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, if you have a Bulldog, if you have a breed with some really powerful jaws, I think that this is a great product, because if you look at it from a physics point of view, to be a little bit geeky, the dog's jaw and its power, it's being more spread out because of the circumference of a chew root than, say, an antler, which is straight and obviously doesn't have the same density. So for dog owners who are looking at this thinking they're not sure if it is right or not right for them, I think this is a fantastic all-rounder, but it's definitely one for dogs that don't mind kind of walking around, chewing with it, and like putting their mouth around the chew root. The one downfall I'd say about the chew root is that they are heavy. So do not drop them on your foot. Do not kick them, because they are quite heavy. But for a cost point of view and encouraging their oral hygiene, I think this is a fantastic product. You'll be able to see from that picture I've just put up from you guys as well. The ridges mean that when my dogs are chewing on it, I can really see that they're able to get in those back teeth and really give it a chew, which is great for encouraging that plaque to come off, because none of us want our dogs to end up with canine periodontal disease, for which the treatment is simply regular general anaesthetics and maintenance through your vet, which is costly and not ideal for the dogs. So there's another product as well that you will have seen that unfortunately is being discontinued, which is the coffee wood chew. Okay, same thing as the chew root. It, as the name suggests, comes from the coffee wood plant. I'm just going to make that image a little bit bigger for you so you can see that. So it comes in a bit of a funny shape. And like I said, unfortunately, it's being discontinued. It didn't splinter, but it did have a little bit more residue than some of the other products. I thought it was a fantastic product. It did get a lot of laughs because they would come completely natural, unpreserved, uncut. And when some people would get them come through the door, well, you can guess for yourselves. It was a bit of a funny sight. So we're sad to see that obviously that the coffee wood chews are no longer going to be in production. But this was a fantastic product again from Green and Wild, which they gave to us. So I don't want to dwell on that one too much. So finally, new to 2019 is the olive wood chew. Now, we were the very first people from Green and Wild that they asked us to test. So lovely lady Dawn, who I work with very closely in the office, she said to me, I've got this great chew. I want you to have a look at it. It's going to be replacing the coffee wood chew. So I was a bit gutted that the coffee wood chew was going, but I was really excited. Now, this is absolutely a fantastic product for a lot of dogs. Okay, I would say that if your dog is a monster chewer, this is very, very strong. It's not quite as strong as the chew root, because what I talked about from a physics point of view, like the density and obviously your dog's power jaws going around it, but it is very, very strong. Now, this has been tested by the doggy detectives in the Frank and Joe's dog product review group. That's what we do. Everything gets tested by them first, and if it makes the grade, it makes it onto our shop. And all of the owners absolutely loved the coffee wood chew for a number of reasons. It didn't make any mess. It was strong, but it probably wasn't as heavy as the coffee wood chew. And again, it's a great chew for dogs that like to put things in between their paws. So if you've got a Frenchie, a Spaniel, a type of breed, or just your dog's personality is the type that they like to put things, like let's just say if they're eating a treat, they like to put it between their paws and chew on it. This is a fantastic option. So we have had ours since April, May time, I want to say. And we have had absolutely it's not gone down in size at all. There's a few little ridges in the top where it's been chewed, but I would expect that product's going to last us well over a year. Lulu still loves it. She's mad onto her chews, and she'll always pick it up, carry it around the garden, parade it in front of us. And it's really good to get her to encourage herself to kind of like basically self-clean, because whilst they have a really healthy diet, whilst that we feed natural supplements to stop obviously the plaque sitting on her teeth, it's really good to give her both the mental stimulation, so working off some of that mental energy, releasing the endorphins for herself, but also being able to chew on that one. So I hope you guys found that useful. In terms of sizing, if anybody's looking at the chews and thinking, that sounds really fantastic, where can I find out this information? Where can I find out what size is best for my dog? I definitely would say There is not one size that fits all, but there are some good little markers that I can give you to help, which is for the olive wood and for the chew root. If you have a dog that is medium size, so a bulldog size, a Frenchie, so I'd probably say anything over kind of 18 kilos. I probably would go for a medium size. I probably wouldn't go large. For the large sizes, I'd be saying things like a golden retriever, a Rottweiler, and otherwise. But you also want to take into consideration how much of a destroyer your dog is. So if your dog has been known to destroy their toys very quickly, you want to just kind of take that into consideration. So we've got a lot of spaniels in our group who you might think, okay, we'll go small, but they're extremely strong. So therefore, I probably would suggest that you just take that into consideration. I'd probably still stick with the small size because they are very, very strong product. And I also like the fact that the olive woods are actually marinated, like because it's from an olive wood, it's from the tree, so it has natural olive oil inside it, which is absolutely fantastic, and it's just getting your dog some of those amazing like nutrients that they need. So if you've got any questions, please just pop it into the comments so I can answer all of those for you. I also will put all of the links to the products in here so that you know exactly what it is that you're looking for and where to find it. And I'll catch up with you a bit later. So I hope you guys found this useful. Let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is and what was the new thing that you learned from here, just so I know for next time. All right, guys, speak to you later. Bye.